All right, so on that crossover step, me and Louis were just practicing. We're going to show you what is a little bit of the Lomachenko step, where it allows you to get much farther behind your opponent. We're going to combine two steps. One is the drop foot, or the first sliding step, and then the swing step at the same time. But we want to clarify, when you're making these steps out, it's not you're pushing off of this leg. You just collapse the leg where you're going. So you're almost falling in. You can see this. I'm falling in here already. This knee can go down into that direction, and then it follows. Same thing happens over here. I collapse this knee forward, and I let that step. Okay? This essentially makes it so you're not just stepping over. If I'm even, then I'm stepping over here. I got a really hard twist, and I'm not facing my opponent anymore. Compared to if I lean here, I'm automatically turning into my opponent and creating that correct angle. So on the Lomachenko step, I'll just show you the first one. It's pretty straightforward. This is again that back step, okay, to their sword side, if they're right-hander. But what's going to happen here is you're going to do a drop step first. In other words, I'm going to lean into here. I'm going to drop right into this step right here. This foot turns slightly. If I keep it out here, then I'm going this way. I want to keep it on my opponent. So it turns slightly. This foot comes across, and then I'm here. I'll show you that a little faster. So here we are. I'm right here. Later on, this swing step can actually become a much bigger step. So if I'm here, I step in here, and then I'm back here. So the harder you swing that step, the farther you can get with it. So you just have to be aware, but you will lose some balance. You have to get used to that. But it's something to get to add to the routine. For the other side, that same thing, what Louis talked about. We're falling into this front foot. So this time we're actually changing up feet. Here, back, back. Okay? So here I am, swing that back foot, then I'm here. I think I showed you wrong the first time, let's do it again. So this one starts here, this becomes a swinging back foot, and I'm on my opponent. So what's happening is you're going from normal stance, now you're not in normal stance, this swings, but I'm still pointed at my opponent. This swings, and I'm still pointed at my opponent. You can do that a different way, where you can swing in front, whichever way you feel most comfortable with. The swing in back tended to keep us straighter on, more in our position for our opponent than the cross swing in front. So what happens here is I start leaning this way. Whoops. I have to drop that step. This steps way back. I'm still in my good form, but then this has to come across, and I don't get as big of a swing. So, but that is a legit step that you can do as well. Again, the big key here, what I found is you gotta watch this face. So drop step, drop means I'm just falling in it. All right, there's great Tristan, Viscount Tristan did a nice drop step, understanding what the drop step is, especially in boxing, applied to our sport. But what's happening is drop step right into this position, swing. I'm here. Okay, these are practice. Against an opponent, you're going to have to do something to make them stay in place. But in this case, we're practicing moving our feet. You have to do this before you can make the next step. Go ahead, Louis.
So on the first one, going to the right, I'm just going to reverse the feet. And then I'm not actually going to step here. I'm just going to continue on and go way back. So looks more like this.
Yep, that drop step.
Again. And I'm like right behind him. And then going the other direction. I'm just going to fall into this hip, let this hip collapse, and I'm just reaching but pointing my toes straight toward the center. And then back to my stance. And that's it.